Guys, this is Jacoby filming another Wednesday with the TransTubers. This week we are talking about how trans people are represented in the media, um, how sometimes there are trans jokes, and just like overall public's view of trans people. Um, this is a really interesting topic. Jamie, kind of the person who made the trans tubers is from England, I believe, or at least the UK. That kind of gives a broader spectrum in case she's not from England. But yeah, her and Allie saw an article recently just talking about how the public's and media's perception over transgendered people, especially like male to female and female to males. Like there were jokes about how, um, like an MTF had thicker eyebrows and bigger hands and feet, so he had to be transsexual. She had to be transsexual. He or she had to be transsexual, and it just, like, why presume? I mean, some people are just like bigger or whatever, but I mean, like, a lot of public and media don't see transgender issues like an actual issue. They think that, we're just like, and, I will put a trigger warning or whatever, but that transgender people are like glorified cross dressers, like that were basically in drag, and they don't really concept that it's an actual like disorder. People, it's just like eating disorders, and it's just like other disorders that people have, like depression and that kind of stuff. I mean, it affects us emotionally, psychologically, physically. Like, it just it's like any other disorder, and a lot of people don't understand that. And so the public's and the media's, I guess, thought processes and everything like that, and how transgender individuals are represented is horrible. I mean, until last year, at least in like female to male, um, there wasn't like one person that, the media, had stuff to talk about. And then Chaz Bono, Cher's son, came out publicly and was like, yeah, I'm 42 years old and I was Sonny Bono and Cher's daughter, but I am transitioning from female to male. And I mean, and then he competed in Dancing with the Stars. And people were, almost rioting about it, saying that they weren't going to let anybody watch it, especially their kids, because, you know, and I'm quoting, and I will put another trigger warning on there. A she was going to be on television, and they couldn't support that. And I mean, there are so many people who have come out since then because of bravery and everything like that. And you know, people don't understand how much hate that a person within at least the transgender community have to go through. And I mean, yeah, some individuals in the gay community also understand, but it just, a lot of people don't really understand what it's like to wake up every day crying because your body doesn't match what you feel on the inside. And we have to go through so many steps to be able to possess the ability to have on the outside what we've always felt on the inside. And the way that media and public objectify it, it's absurd. I was speaking to a friend recently, and he is also from the UK, um, and he's a female to male, and he's on hormones. He passes, quite well. I don't think he has any passing issues, and he was violated, like, physically. Somebody grabbed his genital region and picked a fight with him. A cis male did that, and I've heard all of these stories recently of people within my own transgender community getting physically abused. I could understand the, a non hate on Tumblr or emails on Facebook or something like that. But when it comes to actually physically abusing somebody because you don't like how they're representing themselves, or you want to be a douchebag and publicly humiliate them as if they aren't already dealing with enough. And it's instances like this why transgendered youths and gay youths are more suicidal. Like, the suicide rate is extreme because people within our community are getting bullied and getting picked on physically to the point where they don't want to get up out of bed, let alone live their lives. And so, I really think that all of the public and all of the media need to just be educated. Understand that it is a true disorder and we don't choose to be this way. But because of medicine and science, we have the ability to change the outcome of our lives. And a lot of people who I consider very brave are willing to take that step so they don't live miserable lives until they die. And so I guess, like, I mean, I went a little off kilter, but, I really think everybody needs to be educated in our community, and, allies, and even people who are not in our community. How to respect a transgender individual, more gender neutral bathrooms, dressing rooms, that kind of thing. Make it accommodating for everybody. And I think that will make everything more peaceful. It will definitely make us feel like we're all equal rather than, vermin, in the way that segregation was back when, um, we were segregated whites with blacks, and how, they had their own separate whatever. I mean, why separate us like that and treat us like we have leprosy? We're humans just like, this person or that person. And so I really think everybody needs to be educated, learn tact, and just understand that this is a disorder and we can't, you know, not ignore it. We can't just, sweep it under the rug and pretend it doesn't exist. We can't just go on and live our lives the way we were made biologically, because that would be lying to ourselves and lying to everyone that's around us. And so I just think people need to be more educated. I think, if there was a way to where we could ban the hatred, especially in the media, from happening, um, I'm totally supportive of that. And I feel that if, you know, if a person has technology, they have a way to look up resources. They have YouTube, even. There are so many of us within the community that are so open and honest about their transitions. We are willing to educate. Nobody should be left without knowing general knowledge of any of the disorders and That way, there's no more hatred anywhere. And are we going to see that happen? I think more and more as time goes by and this like actually gets recognized from everybody's perspective that this is a true disorder. I think in the future, yes, but right now I think more people just need to have their eyes open that it's not just one or two individuals in the entire you know United States, Canada, and the UK and stuff. There are hundreds, maybe even thousands of individuals that are dealing with the fact that biology kind of screwed up and gave them the wrong bodies to match what they have in their minds, in their hearts. And it's going to take science and medicine to fix it. But we're still human beings. We still have the same personalities that other people do. We are intelligent. We have souls. You know, it hurts when somebody hurts our feelings. It's not like we can't feel, or, you know, we don't have like other senses that other people do. And I think once people grasp the concept that we're all human, I think the world would be a better place. So I'm sorry I rambled for almost 12 minutes. I really feel like I just needed to get that, you know, that word across that we're all human. And, I kind of just want to put a, I guess, warning and disclaimer out there that, if you are physically abused, you know, by other people just so somebody can have gratification, fight back. My friend got really injured because he thought just, pushing the guy away and saying, "Hey, you wouldn't do that to another guy." He got hurt, and I know other people who get violently hurt because they don't take a stand and, hit the person back or anything like that. I'm saying, like, personally, if somebody is doing that to me, I'm going to be physical about it. I'm going to defend myself, because why be another statistic of a kid who gets violently beaten up because I'm different? So, I guess just, be safe about it, but don't be ashamed of who you are. And yeah, so I'm sorry I got off kilter and it's now a 13-minute video. Um, but I hope you all have a good week, and I hope I answered this to the best of my ability. If you have any questions, comments, answers, critique, whatever, inbox the channel, put comments below, submit personally to my Tumblr, whatever. And I will see you all next week.